Dear students, welcome back. Today, in lecture number 2, that is the chapter number 8, as you know the name, How Do Organism Reproduce? That means the process of reproduction, which is essential and inevitable for the survival of species on this earth. Before we move to today's particular topic, just we in a short time assess what you have studied in lecture number 1. You studied how living organism produces another living organism of its own kind. That's the copy of itself, be not be the exact copy, okay? At the same time, you are also given an idea of importance of variation in the process of reproduction. Today, the topic which we are going to discuss is topic 8.2 in your textbook. I am just mentioning the number of topic for your comfort, that when you read from material or even sometime you are just having revision of the textbook, that at that time you will not feel confused and will understand everything, right? So actually the topic of today is actually modes of reproduction. The title has been given like this. Understood? What's the title? Modes of reproduction by single organism. Okay, just try to understand this. What is actually the meaning of this? You all know one thing very well, that reproduction is a process of producing another living organism of your own kind, that we all know. But actually you studied somewhere in early standard also that the process of reproduction is either performed by single organism or performed by two organisms of different sex. When it happens that the reproduction takes place only by single living organism, we call it asexual reproduction. And when two individuals of different sex participate in the process of reproduction, we call it sexual reproduction, as you all know. So the topic which here title is modes of reproduction by single organism automatically gives you an idea that you are going to discuss in this particular topic about asexual reproduction. Understand, asexual reproduction, where only one parent, I think we can use that word, one parent will participate in the process of reproduction, and there were no two different sex participating in the process of reproduction, and that is there is no requirement of two different living organisms having different sex. Understand? In asexual reproduction, only one parent participant in the process of reproduction. Mostly asexual reproduction is seen. You have studied in 9th standard diversity in living organism, where if you can remember, you studied so many type of phylums. If you can remember, Porifera, understand, then Platyhelminthes, right? Then Arthropoda, lots of diversified phylum you studied. Actually, asexual reproduction is performed by simple single celled organism, that is protozoan, unicellular at the same time. It is also performed by those simple multicellular living organism also who do not possess complex body organization. Like suppose if we are going to discuss, understand, suppose think of starfish, think of planaria, understand, think of hydra. They are not single cell organism. Actually they are multicellular living organism. But then also they do not possess a complex body design. Understand? So they reproduces by the process of asexual reproduction. Understand, various types of various names of reproduction you will understand under the title of asexual reproduction. Suppose we take one topic, understand, suppose let us take the topic 8.2.1. Actually the title number are not important, but I just mention for you. Let us try to understand one process that is called binary fission. But at the same time, I also want to relate another method of asexual reproduction here, that is multiple fission. Okay? Let us try to understand actually what happens. What is the meaning of binary fission? What is the meaning of multiple fission? Word fission itself gives you an idea, that is division, breaking. What happens in binary fission? Binary fission, understand, mostly seen in simple protozoans like amoeba, Paramecium, Eulina, etc. To mention only few living organisms, there are so many protozoans following the same process of reproduction, that is binary fission. Actually what happens in binary fission, I already explained you a little bit in my first lecture when I was discussing with you that there are two types of cell division occurs. One is division of nucleus, which we call meiosis, where the DNA understand divides into two, means how divide, that I explained you in previous lecture. Then cytoplasmic division to give rise to two individual daughter cell, which we studied and I mentioned the word mitosis. Actually same thing occurs in amoeba. Understood? Mostly it is seen in simple unicellular organism. Understand? Suppose we can see binary fission which take place in amoeba. Understand? Suppose such a simple diagram you can draw yourself. Suppose amoeba. Understand? As you know, nucleus. This is matured amoeba, suppose. This is nucleus, this is cytoplasm. Understand where or various type of organelles float. What I told you, when any cell has to be divided into two cells, so individually first the division of nucleus take place. Understand? So suppose this has been amoeba. Understand? Nucleus, cell membrane, cytoplasm. Actually what happens? Understand? This is the diagram you can do yourself. Nothing complicated is there. Suppose we saw somewhat constriction like this, and this nucleus is slowly trying to divide into two. Okay? This way, and here actually what I am showing is the constriction occurs. Understand? And here also you can see slowly the nucleus is trying to divide into two parts. Which is that process is called, as you know, meiosis. That is the nucleic division. How it occurs, that you will study in higher standard. Understand? Where DNA copy itself then divides into two, right? And lots of organelles are taking part in that type of division of nucleus. But that you will study in higher standard. Just now though I have shown a constriction nucleus, then in the third stage you can show this way, this constriction enlarges more. Okay? Suppose you can show this way, and ultimately you can show the constriction advances and almost nucleus divides into two parts. Okay? Then actually what happens now? After that nucleus divides into two parts. You can show two daughter cell. Understood? This way. So the process got over. Understood? This way you can show yourself how the cell division take place, and amoeba, one mother amoeba divides into two daughter cell. Understand? These two daughter cell which is formed by division of single amoeba becomes mature. When they become mature, again in both daughter amoeba, when they become mature, again the cell division take place and it divides into another two daughter cell, means from one two daughter cell, from 2 4 daughter cell, from 4 8 daughter cell, from 8 16 daughter cell. So this way the number of cell increases in the order of 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. That is called binary order. What is it called? Binary order in maths. Understand? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. That is called binary order in maths. So because the division take place in amoeba in such manner, that's why we call it binary fission. Understand? This way two individual daughter cell are formed in amoeba. Understand? Quite simple. But at the same time, what happens, this type of the division take place in amoeba, as I told you, not only amoeba, in another protozoans also, right? But suppose if we think of multiple fission, name itself gives you an idea, multiple fission. Mostly it is seen, you all have heard the name, that is malarial parasite, which we call Plasmodium. What happens in Plasmodium? Actually, Plasmodium cell creates protective cover around the cell first. Let us try to understand what happens in Plasmodium actually. Just try to understand what happens in malarial parasite, that is Plasmodium. How multiple fission occurs in Plasmodium. Actually what happens, such protozoan like Plasmodium, understand, it is one malarial parasite, as you all know, and during the outbreak of malaria you have seen that malaria take place in some specific circumstances only. So actually when the circumstances are unfavorable for the malarial parasite Plasmodium to increase in number, actually what happens, it create one protective cover. See, first I am just showing one cell, try to understand. I am showing the protective cover here. First I just want to explain you. Suppose this is protective, okay. Now actually what happens, this protective cover actually exists till the circumstances are not favorable. Understand? See, I am just wanting to explain you, this protective cover exists till the circumstances are not favorable. This protective cover is also known as cyst. Understand? Inside this protective cover, this cell divides so many times and lots of cells are formed. If we do, lots of cells are formed inside this protective cover. Try to understand. We are going to explain you multiple fission. What happened inside the protective cover, this cell divides so many times, understand, and lots of cells are produced, and till the circumstances are not favorable, they remain inside the protective cover. There are lots of cells you can visualize in diagram. And when the circumstances are proper and favorable, this cyst, this can be called encysted cell inside that protective cover. So this outer protective cover breaks, and from each, all these individual cells are actually individual malarial parasites. So this process is actually known as multiple fission. What is it called? Multiple fission, because the cell divides so many times to produce number of cells. Understood? That's why we call it multiple fission. Understand? So binary fission and multiple fission. Okay? Let us try to understand the next method of asexual reproduction. Okay? Asexual reproduction mostly performed by single organism, one parent only participates. Okay? Let us try to understand the another method of asexual reproduction. Understand that we can call actually, let us take 8.2.2. This is very important to understand. The name is so fragmentation. Fragmentation. Just try to understand. Name itself gives us an idea regarding fragmentation. Fragment, that is species. Understand, actually fragment, mostly this process is seen in multicellular organism. Like, just take an example, one of the algae which you know, Spirogyra. Actually what happens in this particular algae, Spirogyra multicellular, understand, suppose if we draw one Spirogyra itself, right? Actually what happens, suppose this is Spirogyra we have shown, just understand. Just try to assess, suppose one multicellular Spirogyra where they are found, that you all know, we have just drawn it, okay? Actually what happens in this process of regeneration is possible only in simple multicellular organism like Spirogyra and other. Actually it is not possible in all other multicellular living organism. Actually happens, this complete organism will divide itself into fragment. Suppose this Spirogyra divides into fragments, understand? So actually what happens, from each fragment after dividing, after they getting sectioned, each fragment will develop and become mature as a new Spirogyra. The process of fragmentation, understand, name itself implies the meaning that whole living organism divides into fragments and each fragment behaves as an independent living organism, individual living organism, which we call fragmentation. Understand? Suppose, quite easy topic to understand, not so complicated also, but my dear student, as I told you, this is seen in multicellular organism like Spirogyra, but at the same time, I told you also that it is not possible in every other multicellular living organism to reproduce by the process of fragmentation. Understand? Because multicellular body design is totally different. Their cell proliferation, cell differentiation, cell organization will give rise to tissue, tissue organization give rise to organs. So there it is not possible that one individual organism is divided into fragments, understand, and each fragment will behave as a new living organism. Okay, so fragmentation method of asexual reproduction is not performed by every living organism, but at the same time, if I mention another name, you will be surprised to see that regeneration. Just try to understand. Another process understood, that is known as regeneration. Actually very important. It looks like fragmentation, but actually it is not. Regeneration. Understand? Regeneration, name itself makes the things clear in your mind. Regeneration, that means to produce new living organism. Understand? From existing, regeneration. Actually what happens, it is seen in some simple multicellular organism. Suppose if we just take an example, understand, of planaria, try to understand. All living organisms do not possess this capacity. Suppose when we discuss, you will come to know actually what happens in some simple multicellular organism like planaria. If you cut planaria into pieces, then each piece will develop into complete organism. This method of regeneration is also seen in starfish also. It is seen in starfish, in planaria also. Actually what happens, just try to understand. Suppose this actually, what is the meaning of regeneration? So you can at least write this way: to produce, or let us not write word, let us write the word to develop, that a better word, to develop a living organism, to develop a living organism from any body part. That way you can understand from any body part a new living organism can be produced. Just try to understand how can it happen. Actually this living organism has got this individual capacity to regenerate a new living organism from its body part. Just take an example. This is seen in starfish also. It is seen in planaria also. Let us try to understand actually what happens. Planaria. Suppose you draw one planaria here. Suppose this planaria. Okay, try to understand it. This planaria we have shown. Okay. What happens if you cut this planaria from here? It is cut. Understand, suppose we cut this planaria from here and from here. So actually what happened, we cut this planaria into three parts. Try to understand how the regeneration process might be taking place. Okay, this planaria, this upper part, okay, right. Then we cut from here the next part, this is this part, and this second part of the body, okay, of planaria, and then this third part, okay. We have cut planaria into three parts. Each segment will give rise to individual organism. From here also new living organism is produced. From this part also new living organism is produced. From this part also a new living organism is produced. Understand, from by just cutting into three parts we are able to produce three planaria. Understand? So this process actually is called regeneration. Understand? From this individual part we are able to produce three planaria. Understood? This is can be called the process of regeneration. Okay? Three individual planaria are produced. Okay, my dear student, try to understand this process. Actually we divided into three parts. This one part, second and third, and from the individual part complete new living organism is produced. That means regenerated. That's why we can call it regeneration. Name itself implies the meaning of this, that is regeneration. New individual living organism is produced simply by dividing the organism into four part, whatever, understand? So this is known as the process of regeneration, understand? Let us try to understand another method of regeneration or another method of asexual reproduction, okay? That is, just try to understand the process that is budding, okay? Try to understand what is actually the meaning of this process, budding. Just try to understand this. Actually, what happens in the process of budding, just try to understand, okay? See, my dear student, as I told you, budding process, name itself gives us an idea that budding, bud you all know, understand, some projection take place or some projection generates, and this process is seen in poriferan hydra, as you understood in 9th standard in the title Diversity of Living Organism. Porifera, one of the porifera which we call hydra, which is simple multicellular living organism, though does not possess a complex body design like the higher class living organism. Understand? What actually happens? Budding is mostly seen in hydra, okay? One simple poriferan, as you know. Actually what happens? And that process intentionally occurs for the process of reproduction in hydra. Just hydra, as you all know, not to be exact, but hydra has got a cylindrical body structure, as you all know, understand? And these are tentacles. You studied in 9th standard, I think. In detail you studied about tentacles. So somewhat you saw this way also. These are all tentacles. Understand? Diagram, you can show this way also. Tentacles. This is mother hydra. Actually what happens? In some specific site, suppose I concentrate here, for actually these are tentacles, as you know, and you have studied also, understand? Okay, these are called tentacles, as you know, right? Actually in this specific site, one outgrowth is seen by actually more cell division take place in this specific site, and because more cell division take place in this specific site, you will see some outgrowth here, understand? And that outgrowth can be called bud. Just try to understand. This outgrowth which you actually see by increasing the process of cell division in this specific site, you can call it bud, understand? I will just draw one diagram just for your understanding. And what happens after this bud is developed? This slowly resembles like the mother hydra, means slowly in the next stage it will start developing some tentacles, okay, to show few only. Suppose in the second stage it happened that a small outgrowth or projection seen on the body of mother hydra will develop some tentacles. In the third stage, means in next stage it will grow more. Just try to understand, and it looks like a complete developed, understand, individual hydra. Okay? Just try to understand, these are tentacles. And what happens after this bird? See, slowly I have shown in the same diagram, this bird slowly develops and looks like it resembles like the mother hydra. Then actually what happens? It detaches from mother hydra and start its individual life as an individual hydra. Understand? So this is actually known as the process of budding. Understood? This process of budding is seen in such simple multicellular living organism like hydra. At the same time, if we discuss one another, I just want to mention that is just take an example 8.2.5. Suppose we take that, I think you have studied somewhere in previous standard also a simple process, spore formation. Actually, what happens if you keep some bread piece in damp place, then on the bread piece you are able to see some fiber like structure. Actually that is that fiber like structure which you see on the bread piece is actually hyphae of one particular mold which actually develops on that on that bread piece. Understand? Which actually is rhizopus mold. If we just try to understand what is the meaning of spore actually. Suppose we just draw the bread piece here. Suppose just try to understand it. Okay. Suppose just try to understand this bread piece which is actually kept in a damp place. Then you are able to see some fiber like structure. Okay, such fiber like structure you are able to see. Actually that is a hyphae of the one of the mold which occurs here, that is rhizopus. Okay. And actually what happens from this, you are able to see at the same time, actually here, understand, but I am drawing for your understanding only, some filament type of structures. Some filament type of structure are seen. Okay. I am just showing for your understanding only. This filament type of stick structure which you are seeing, actually this is hyphae. And this filament type of structure has some blob-like structure at the top, which are actually called sporangia. What is they are called? Sporangia. And inside that sporangia, actually spores generate. Understand? There are spores in this sporangia. These are spores. And when this sporangia breaks, each spore individually will give rise to a complete individual living organism, that is mold, rhizopus. So this is not, because sporangia exists, so this is known as spore formation, which you also have maybe studied in some previous standard. Not so difficult explanation also given in textbook. Okay. Spore formation, right? Okay. So these are some process of asexual reproduction by individual or single living organism. Okay. Now my dear student, the topic which we are actually trying to understand, that topic is known as vegetative propagation. What does it mean? vegetative propagation. Just try to understand this topic. Title itself gives us an idea that it has to deal with vegetables. Understand, vegetative propagation doesn't mean that it has to deal with vegetation. It's a process we are discussing for every types of crops. Actually what happens, if just try to first understand the meaning of vegetative propagation and how it is beneficial for the farmer, for the gardener. If just try to understand, if you want to grow new plant, you demand seeds. That's a customary process, and we all know that when you sow seed, then new plant develop from this. But is it possible that you are able to grow new plant not by sowing seed, but if you grow a part of, I am writing it here for your understanding, new plant can be grown, understand, by just sowing a part of stem, part of root, part of branch, or even a part of leaf. Understand? Just try to first assess the complete definition of this. Okay? Complete definition. What is actually the meaning of vegetative propagation? So vegetative propagation means it is a method to develop a new plant not by sowing seed, but by sowing a part of stem, root, branch or leaf. Understand? This process is actually known as vegetative propagation. Advantage, definitely faster growth of the plant. Understand what actually occurs. Just take an example. I told you that new plant can be developed by just sowing a part of stem. So suppose you have seen potato. Actually, what part potato is of a potato plant? You all know stem. Now, if you have seen actually potato which you purchase from the market are actually cleaned sometime and then they are sold to us. But actually, if you minutely observe the potato plant from a potato from outside, you are able to see some notch type structure which we call eye structure actually sometime on potato. Just trying to understand. Suppose we draw one potato, suppose, okay, suppose. So you are able to see sometime, understand, some such structure, notch like structure which is actually called eye structure also sometime. Now what you have to do? You have to cut potato into pieces, and when you cut potato into pieces, actually you have to be sure that some pieces when you do, understand, it has to contain this knot structure completely, okay? And now if you sow this, it will develop a completely new potato plant. So new potato plant can be developed not by sowing seed, it can be developed by sowing stem. Actually potato is a stem, that you all know. Understand? This is actually the stem of the potato plant. So new plant can be developed just by sowing this notch. Actually, it is germinating part can also be called. Sometime we can also utilize word germinating part. Understand? Eye structure, notch, all okay, but we sometimes utilize word germinating part also. At the same time, new plant can also develop by sowing a part of root. If you have, first you answer me, which vegetable which you are eating, actually that is a root of that particular plant. So you all know carrot, radish, which you are actually eating, are actually the roots of that plant. Suppose you just try to understand one carrot plant if you draw, suppose carrot. Just try to understand one carrot if we just show you here, okay? Just try to understand. Actually, you all know this part. When you eat carrot, this is potato, just to mention, understand? Not mention all intake, suppose carrot. What happens actually that we eat carrot, but we are not eating this part, we cut this part, you all know? This is actually the germinating part actually. We eat this part of carrot, right? But we just don't eat this part. We cut this part and we throw it out before utilizing carrot for making salad or vegetable, whatever. So actually what happens, if you cut this part and so understand in earth, then it will give rise to a new carrot plant. So new plant can also be developed from this actually germinating part of the carrot plant. So you understood new plant can also be developed, understand, by sowing one part of the root also. Is it possible to sow or grow a new plant from the piece of branch? Should I explain this to you, my dear student? You all know. Suppose you visited some of your neighbor and you just look at his garden and you see some beautiful attractive rose flower plant, what you will do? If you want to develop the same rose plant at your home, then will you demand that please give me some seeds? Not at all. But a branch of that, and that branch you just carry at your home and you just sow in earthen pot, it will give rise to a new rose plant. You understood this. The new plant can be developed even by sowing a part of branch also. Is it possible to sow a new plant, understand, just from a part of the leaf? So if you might, you have to understand bryophyllum actually, one of the plant. Okay? Just try to understand bryophyllum plant actually. Okay? Bryophyllum. What happens actually? Just try to understand. Let us try to sow one bryophyllum plant. What I am showing is this is the margins in leaf. Okay? Okay? These are margins in leaf. Actually what happens in these margins, reeds and all we do not need to do, understand? In this margin of the leaf, understand, individual notch-like structure develops here. Just try to understand such type of structure actually develops here, okay? Such, they are seen in the margin of the leaf actually. Understand, such notch type structure which you see in the margin of the leaf, and actually what happens that after they grow a little bit, they actually separates from the bryophyllum leaf, understand, and develop a new bryophyllum plant. So new plant is developed, understand, from a part of leaf also. You understood this? From a part of leaf also new plant can be developed. Okay? So you understood the meaning of vegetative propagation actually. Understood? What is the, if you summarize, what is the meaning of this? Developing a new plant, not by sowing seed, but by sowing a part of stem, part of root, a part of branch, or a part of leaf. That is known as vegetative propagation. Is it advantageous and profitable? Definitely. Why it is profitable to you? Understand, because it ensures the faster growth of plant. Understand, and economical also. You do not have to buy seeds. New plant can be developed just from the existing plant by sowing a part of stem, branch, leaf, understand, etc. So you understood this topic, the topic which we have completed, that is modes of reproduction by single organism. We studied how many methods? Binary fission, in that multiple fission, then fragmentation we discussed, then we discussed regeneration process, understand, fragmentation, regeneration, budding, spore formation, which is seen in rhizopus like a mold like rhizopus, and then we studied at last vegetative propagation. Okay, dear student. So in lecture number 2 today we have studied various methods of reproduction by single living organism, that is various methods of asexual reproduction. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about sexual reproduction in detail. We will discuss sexual reproduction in plants, then sexual reproduction in animal also. But that's a part of our next lecture. Okay. Thank you very much from Bharat sir.